Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, my fellow YouTubers. Welcome to another edition of Aries Sky Realty's video blog. I'm also known as Fleet Admiral Krabby McCoffee, San Juan Island Prepper, or Living Simply and Fun. My co-host Moppy is with you, so go ahead, Moppy. If you're new to the channel, hit the like, subscribe, and thumbs up button. If you're coming back here, welcome. Yeah, I'm co-host Moppers, or Moppins, or Moppo, or Mops, or Mopford, as Chloe calls me. So welcome. Yeah, okay, you got your 5 minutes fame. Here, let me get you a treat real quick. Okay, peeps. Today I'm going to give you one of Aunt Pee-wee's milk bones. Apparently he doesn't like them, but he gets to eat a milk bone. Here you go. Have milk bones. You haven't had one of these in a while, have you? There you go, son. If I have to break it up for you, I will. Okay, so for some of you preppers out there, we are literally prepping for the big thing. Now, Tildor messaged a while ago saying, oh, something big's coming. Not even a blue wave's going to save this. We don't know if it's going to be civil war. Highly unlikely. We don't know if it's going to be, hey, Chris, we don't know if it's going to be civil war or whatever. But my intel just came back today, okay? I've had to been checking things. My intel is saying, all right, this is just a hypothetical, a what-if scenario. But what if we get things happening, okay? Let me just tell you what's coming down the pipe here, okay, for right now. So Facebook's been posting on, I have Chloe's Facebook account for right now. Facebook is posting where I live. Let me get some water, by the way, because I want to make sure I got to do dishes in a bit. Got to make sure my mac and cheese pot's ready to go. Facebook has said, and the people in the town, mask up. So the other day I was talking to you guys while I was tired. Went to the clinic. Doctor thinks I might have another variant of the coronavirus. That's why my tum-tum's acting. It's actually a little better now. An undetectable version of the coronavirus, mind you, supposedly is what the doctor was saying. That's why my tum-tum's like, but I've been doing quite well today. So, people are masking up. Now, I know what you're saying. So what? This is bigger than you or I, people. This is the big enchilada, okay? The big enchilada is simple, right? We're going to go and be forced to mask up again. Now, state of Washington, they're like, oh, masks is not mandated unless you're in clinics, old folks' home, or hospitals. Now, with hospitals, of course, the other day I was wearing a mask at the emergency room. The doctor's like, put it on. I'm like, nope. You can arrest me, but I ain't wearing one. She got me out within 90 minutes, telling me I had a UTI. 90 minutes. Now you guys are wondering, well, what's this have to do with prepping? Big prepping news. Big prepping news. Bigger than you can think. You see, the mask, the intel I'm getting is supposedly, allegedly, by the end of September, anyone flying on an airplano, I like that name, airplano, will be wearing masks in. And then by mid-October, every stewardess and pilot will be wearing airplane that works in the airport, not including TSA and the others. Now you can sit there and say, oh, well, I don't fly, so it doesn't matter to me. Well, apparently, supposedly, this new variant from Canada is so deadly that the government, hypothetically, allegedly, we don't have any concrete facts to back this up right now, I'm still fact checking, is preparing us to be in full pandemic lockdowns, supposedly, by New Year's Eve. So basically what we're doing is we're here to talk about your prepping needs. That's right. So Here's the timeline. Sometime in September, TSA airport employees and stuff will be masked up. By October, anyone flying is going to be masked up. But guess what? That doesn't just stop there. That means, hi, I'm just going to take a bus. Sorry, you got to wear a mask to be on a bus. And hypothetically, allegedly, I have no concrete proof for it. So take this with a grain of salt. It's not fact until it basically comes true. So it is completely untrue, unchecked. So technically, the thing is supposedly they're going to want everyone to be supposedly, I don't know if this is true or false. We'll know when the time comes by the end of the year, getting a new shot. Yeah. So if that's the case, well, we'll see. But right now, this means what do we do? Well, this channel is about prepping. It's ain't about giving you false facts or false whatever. I will give you a link down below. But it's more about what's happening to the world. Yeah. And that world is what happens when they do a full lockdown again, supposedly. Well, you either submit or you basically do. So here's how I see it, okay? They're going to turn around. They're going to say, sorry, you're not, poked, so you can't go to the grocery store. And then they're going to turn around and they're going to say, you don't get vaxxed, maybe, hypothetically, or poked or jabbed or whatever. I don't have any concrete facts, right? But they might make it so you can't do anything but live in your home, in your basement, using Amazon. Think about it. Using Amazon for your groceries. Now, Walmart, Target are basically going the way up. If you don't pick up, you don't get groceries. So think about it. Now, some people say, oh, well, it doesn't affect me because the first part of this plan is basically because we're flying. Maybe. But what if they say that you can't fly? What if they turn around and say you can't travel by car? What if they say you can't ride Uber? What if they say you can't ride Lyft? What if they say you can't ride Greyhound, Amtrak, Firefly or whatever it's called, whatever, or that Metro bus or the double-decker bus or whatever. Think about it. And all you got to worry about is, will the government give us another stimulus? Well, guess what, Chris? No one gives a shit because, frankly, this is what's coming down the frickin' pipe. Now, let me just share with you. I spent an hour and 6 minutes watching videos. Watching a video. I will give the link soon. Watching a video. Right. Basically explaining what's going on in the world, okay? And that is basically, supposedly, hypothetically, they're saying, that this new plan's rolling out in the next 3 to 4 months. We're going to be in lockdowns again. And if that's the case, hypothetically, this is top tier prepping tools 101, which means you better get your shit in gear. You don't need to have someone sit there saying, oh, well, if the Americans basically are forced something, they're going to lose their shit and they're going to take action. No, we do not want retribution. We do not want civil war. We need to basically think rationally, okay? There's ways around this. The ways around it is like this. Prep what you can. Hole up. Walk your dog if you have a dog. Go back in your house. Close the door. I mean, think about it this way. Let me tell you what's going on in the world, okay? Let me just tell you what's going on in the world, okay? In my opinion, just my opinion, grain of salt, take it with what it is, the economy is tanking. You see, God doesn't hold people's souls, Chris. Basically, the thing is God gives you freedom of choice and freedom of will. God only wants you to believe in his son, Jesus Christ, to be saved. Back to our show now. Basically, I have a feeling the government and or not the government, sorry, I can't say governments, the giant banking industry and the cobbles of the country wants more people to stay home. Think of let me just put it to you this way, okay? I'm hoping Sister Pee Wee's doing fine, by the way. Let me put it to you this way. Zoe spent $5,000 coming out here to visit me to look for an apartment, look for a place. There's nothing available. It's a shit show out here. And now I was telling Zoe, if she did get out here in her time allotted thing, because, she's moving, hypothetically, that she's going to have to realize the secure a place soon. Because if there is lockdowns, I mean, think of what happened. No movie theaters open, no restaurants. You had to mask up in the restaurant and keep your mask on until you wanted a sip of your coffee. I mean, this is the stuff that happened, And so to me, my point is, this is going to get really bad. Now, I'm not going to go into the political ramifications of theories here, but a couple theories is, as Tildor was saying a while ago, that the banking collapse could happen. This could collapse the entire banking system to make it go digital, and this is something I was telling you. And then they could turn around and tell Chris, who's with us today, I'm sorry, Chris, you can't buy your whatever you want. Hey, this is cool. I want to see this. Put this under miscellaneous. Yeah, that's cool. All right. So basically, I'm trying to check something real quick, comments real quick. But basically, the government's going to tell you supposedly how you're going to buy, what you're going to buy, what you're going to eat, what you're going to, avoid anything that is food. F that. 1,000 under evacuated. Some homes burned as well in Washington. Yes, exactly. Thank you, Pee Wee. So she is still around. Yes, the Washington. I have the windows closed up today, people. I know Tildor is like, oh, we're not having an air quality control problem. We're having a lack of video problems. Yes, I know, Tildor, but today we have to keep the windows closed because they are having the wildfires coming in from Washington, from Montana, from Idaho, from Oregon to Canada. It's all coming down on our island, and it's making the air literally unbreathable. Now, Pee Wee said, avoid anything that is food. F that. Yeah, well, I've been living on mac and cheese, okay? And drinking a gallon or 2 or 3 gallons of water a day, And so to me, this video about prepping is about what are you guys going to do about prepping? What if this comes down the pipe where the government collapses the banking system, makes so you all have digital currency, and then tells every one of us disabled people, sorry, you can't buy the latest phone. Sorry, you can't have that. Sorry, we don't want you having that. Sorry, we don't want you having this. Yes, but the problem is some people can't fast. You see, look. In this damn world, there's a lot of people out there that think, fasting is fine. No, fasting isn't. Fasting is not fine. A lot of people in the first month will die of fasting if they don't get food and if they don't prep for food if a nuclear strike happens. Now, we're not talking about nuclear strike today. We're talking about lockdowns. You see, as a prepper, you got to ask yourself the big question, the big wholehearted question. What happens in lockdowns? Well, let's see. Only mandatory businesses will stay open, but mostly Social Security and the welfare office will run people at home. Then you're going to have everyone wanting the mandatory food stamps again, the pandemic food stamps. Money, look, I was talking to a couple people today. One guy supports it, but he says he'd be really hurting if he couldn't go to work on his 3-day-a-week job because no money. Everything would close. National parks would close. State parks would close. City parks would close. Movie theaters would close. Anything that's non-essential would close. And then the panic would cut in again like we had the last time. So think about it from this point of view. Think of what happened 2 years ago, 3 years ago as a prepper. I had to literally go through, and Pee Wee knows this, I had to go through Walmart until they cut out delivery, shipping from their warehouse because there's not enough employees. You see, without enough employees shipping things, the country will come to a grinding halt again. Not to mention, Target's now doing it. I mean, literally, I can only get half the stuff I want at Target now. Third, Amazon will start putting in restrictions again. 1 month supply of toilet paper, $33. One thing of paper towels, hand sanitizer, and baby wipes. First, everyone will be stockpiling everything. You're going to see a run on everything on Amazon. This is why, as a prepper, I keep telling you guys to keep on prepping early. Think about it. Think about it, peeps. You guys got to prep. I mean, think about it. We're living in a world where, first they say airports are going to do it, and train stations and bus stations and everything. Then they're going to say, supposedly, allegedly, hypothetically, the virus is getting worse. Then they're going to make it so every employee of the mass transit system is going to be basically running masks. I mean, look at here. Today, there was a news article yesterday. Everyone mask up for the farmer's market. Mask up. Did you guys hear that? Movie theaters have been closed half the time now because there's not enough employees. I was at the clinic the other day. 4 to 6 hours to wait for blood labs because 95% of the clinic where I go to the hospital is completely and thoroughly shut down due to the fact that 95% the lady confirmed it had Rona. So they can't just draw your blood because there's no Rona for it. Here we go. Take one of these real quick. So, point being, $95. Okay? Now, we're not here to say, there's going to be civil war or whatever could happen, but we're not prepping for civil war. We're prepping for what can happen in the thing. I mean, think about it. If you can't get your preps when they decide to turn the switch off and tell everyone to go home, right? Meanwhile, while they're saying, there's this giant, you know how many people have messaged me today in my email accounts asking me, did you see this report? Yes, I got the report from Zoe. Zoe's like, this is a good topic to talk about. Yeah, Zoe's worried. I'm worried. Higgins, he's like, the army, if there is a rebel, the army took an oath. So if these people are rebelling against the government, supposedly, the army has a right to shoot, supposedly. So, they're Americans, they want you. Really think so? I mean, literally, in this day and age, you can't take any chances. I mean, think about it. If this happens and there's a banking collapse, we're all going digital anyways. I mean, think about it. I mean, my point is the stock market's going down again. Everyone's all worried about the stock market. And everyone is worried about the stock market. Has anyone checked on their Amazon orders? I mean, I was just looking for food, right? So, by the way, Swiss Miss went up in price by $20, so I would not recommend Swiss Miss powdered milk. I'd go with Nido, but I tried the Velveeta shells and cheese last night, queso blanco, not my cup of tea, so it's off the list. The Sharp Kraft Deluxe mac and cheese, again, as a prepper, can't recommend it. No. I like Cracker Barrel, but as Sister Pee Wee knows, you can't get it anywhere, and Target's charging like $5 a box for it, and I'm not paying $5 a box, so I'm just choosing what I can choose, and I like to eat. And it's okay as long as you drink a gallon of milk. Hamburger Helper. You can't get Velveeta skillets right now, by the way. That's another thing I like to eat, Velveeta skillets. I'm down to Hamburger Helper. So I am telling you, with the supply and demand right now, you have to look at the big picture. I mean, literally, I've been stockpiling everything I can to get through, and I've cut out a lot of things that's not needed. For example, food, right? For example, certain foods like candies. I've cut out candies. I've cut out crackers. I've cut out a lot of stuff because it is just so damn expensive. As a prepper, you have to ask yourself, do we want to eat $30 in mac and cheese, or do you want to pay $30 for a bucket of candy? This is stuff that you have to think about. And that is the problem we have right now. The problem is we're going to see Amazon cut corners. Look, I'm not going to even go there. We're really seriously got a situation here, okay? Chris made something, he made a good point. The government, they're not going to tell us, okay? Problem is, if this does come down the pipe like the intel I'm getting says, you better be prepped, ready to go. You better have all your preps in order because they're going to, after they get the. Now, I want to tell you a story, okay? Sister Pee Wee gave me a website to go to every day. What the coronavirus numbers are, right? We're at like 3,100 in the U.S. 3,100 is not bad. Most states, no new cases, okay? But if it spikes, we got a problem. Fortunately, summer's been killing a lot of it, but somehow these new variants, I think, are getting to be heat resistant so they can thrive with heat. So think about it. So I'm not trying to scare any of you, but what are we prepping for? Well, if we're not prepping for natural disasters, which, by the way, you should think of what happened in Maui. Poor people in Maui. Maui Barbie. Oh, my Maui Barbie. Oh, yeah, I do. I've seen the Barbie movie, okay, so I think it was. But anyways, my point being as a prepper is we have to prep as much as possible. Because think about it. We have possible banking collapse coming down the pipe. We got people. You see, let me tell you my theory, okay? I want to tell you my theory before you guys sit there and say I'm full of crap, okay? You see, Higgins says to me, okay, you guys are probably going to see something. As a prepper, I found a way to save a lot of money by cutting out a lot of things that's needed, okay? For one, $7 a month, right? Ooma. See? Ooma. Now, it comes with 3 base stations, charging, the Ooma device, you hook up to your router, and costs $7.12 a month to get a handset. One, I got another handset coming, and a business phone line right there. Sits right there, so I can get it while I'm in the kitchen. Comes with the Ooma device here, which is hooked up to the phone. Oh, by the way, do we have any voicemail? So, no messages. You see that? Oh, can I actually turn that up so you guys can hear better? Let me see.
3, 4, 4, 4, 4. You have no messages.
See, it comes with that, okay? So he's like, oh. So basically, it's got built-in voicemail and everything else, so I don't even have to worry, okay? So, point is, as a prepper, I've saved some money by doing Ooma, right? My father-in-law gave it to me as a present for my birthday. Thank you, Poppy. Now, for some of you out there wondering what's going on in the world, as a prepper, you have to ask yourself, if this comes down the pipe and you're not prepared, what are you going to do when the first few months foods are going to be running out and you're not allowed to go to the grocery store because some of you refuse masks or, whatever. I mean, the thing is, businesses are going to fail. We're going to see a lot of small businesses fail again. Yeah. And then you have the fact that as a prepper, you have to hear my theory. You see, everyone is spending money on trips. Okay, now I know Sister Pee-wee, she thought it was cool. Zoe came out here. It was $5,000. Okay, the hotels aren't cheap here. And yet at the same time, the dinner, I think the one dinner that we had was between $500 and $900. Okay, and but anyways, it was like 4th of July night. But we're not going to talk about pricing. It's Zoe's business, not mine. I'm just saying it was about $5,000. Okay. Now, if everyone's investing their money in travel and memories, then the companies like Walmart, Amazon, and Target can't get things like commodities, right? And then, you got people out there, they're glued to their phone. They have to have their phones, right? They have to have their cell phones. They have to have their whatever, right? But then someone like me comes along and sees something like Uma. $7. I'm only paying the taxes for Uma. Yeah. I went to my account. They only say you only pay the taxes for Uma. $7 a month. You hook it up to high-speed internet, and you got a phone. The only time it doesn't work is when the power goes out or your internet connection clunks. Otherwise, you keep your cell phone as a backup just to make a phone call or 3, right? Now think of it this way. Theory is, if you're not spending your hard-earned money on material possessions, it's crippling the economy. Okay, so what are they doing? They're figuring a way to cripple the economy so they can go and get more stimulus checks out, supposedly, hypothetically, my opinion. Just my opinion. I'm not trying to lead you astray. It's just my own personal opinion. And then what are they doing? They're turning around and they're going to give you stimulus checks so you can sit at home. And another thing, hold on, I got to tinkle real quick. And another thing, this is big news. People don't see it from this point. All right, so my point is if you're not spending money financially on the things that these companies want you to spend, they're trying to find a way to cut it out from under you. Travel. Think about it. Oh, new thing, new lockdown, stay at home, get stimulus checks, get pandemic food stamps, right? The other side of the fence is it's a hypothetical again, and I'm only going to say this as a theory, hypothetical. I don't know the answers, okay? I'm only thinking, but it could be political. No, all right. But it could not be political. No one knows. But the point is, we as preppers have to prep just in case this is coming down the freaking pipe. Think about it. As a prepper, you have to ask yourself, are you willing to stand around and not prep? Are you, Yeah. And by the way, Sister Pee-wee, I know you sent me that link. Are you well aware that they're thinking of evacuating Eastern State Mental Hospital because of it? Yeah, think about it. Chris say this time. I didn't look, Chris, you're not paying attention. Chris thinks, if we don't get poked, we don't get a check. That's not what I said. I said, if you don't get poked, supposedly, allegedly, theoretically, you won't be going to the fucking grocery store. You won't be getting anything. They're going to sit there and say, oh, I'm sorry, Chris, you can't have your Social Security check because you're not poked. I didn't say that. I said the grocery stores. They might not let you go on public transit. They might not let you go on Uber. They might not let you get Lyft. Hell, they might tell you you can't get Uber Eats because of it, or Lyft Eats, or whatever. This isn't about a stim check. I said, again, let me tell you what I'm saying. As a prepper, okay, Chris here isn't seeing the big picture. I do. I look at it, analyze everything. Even Higgins works for me, and he analyzes. That's why Higgins gets gift cards. Point is they're thinking, okay, look, let's just say this whole stunt is a political stunt, again, hypothetically. They go in lockdowns. Chris can't go to the store because he's not poked. His mom can't go to the store because she's not poked, supposedly. But then they say, oh, even if you order your stuff on Amazon, you can still have your stuff sent. They're not going to tell you you can't get paid. The stimulus checks is a hypothetical that can be given to continue another 18 months to 3 years of lockdowns again. Oh, we're going to lock you all down. So here's a stimulus check. What is people going to buy it? New electronics, new TVs again. The whole cycle continues. They're not thinking the big picture. Prepping supplies, toilet paper, paper towel, shampoo, conditioner. This is the stuff that you need. This isn't about what God's gifts are. If they turn around and say you can't get your Social Security checks or your stimulus checks or your food stamp stimulus or anything until you have the mark 666 on your forehead, I mean, through the biblical sense, think about it. I'm telling you, we need to prep for the worst. I mean, literally, we need to prep just in case. I mean, are you guys prepped? Are you willing to go back into your hole with stale air for 18 months to 3 years? Are you willing to see a revolt where people are going to revolt for civil war, possibly because they don't want to be poked or provoked and wear masks? I mean, no one knows what's coming down the pipe. It's only a theoretically, and I said this is something to bring up with you just in case it's coming. The generalization is right now the things that I'm seeing from family members who's Border Patrol to government agencies to other connections I have is they're planning a possible lockdown by December. Full lockdown again. Possibly, hypothetically. I can't confirm or deny it, but this is hearsay. Fortunately, the problem is, are you prepared to go into your basement? Are you prepared to order your stuff online? Are you prepared if they try to force you to be poked? Hypothetically, are you prepared if they're not going to give you money until you're poked? These are questions that you have to ask yourself. These are things that are coming down the pipe, and I want to address it. I mean, look, I was at the clinic the other day. 95% of the staff sick. 4 to 6 hour wait minimum to get blood labs. The entire room was filled up. Now, I don't know about you, my friends, but when the lady confirmed it, and then today the farmers market demands masks, and other restaurants are demanding masks, and then the movie theater, mind you, the movie theater shut down because, you know, and then there's a new variant, supposedly, that's undetectable. Wow. To me, you got to ask yourself, are you prepped and ready to go just in case? The point is you better be prepped and ready to go. You got September, October, November, December, 4 months to get your preps in order if they go to lockdown. They could speed up lockdown. They could speed down lockdown. It just depends on what's going to happen. I mean, look, we were in lockdown in 2020, March of 2020. We were in lockdown up to like 2023 May or something. They were like, oh, you're and then, and then they realized financially. I mean, look, masks may or may not work. Someone told me today 50% chance less, but no one wants to wear masks. Hell, I know. People don't want vaccinations. Hell, I don't. Hell, my doctor thinks my tum-tum probably could be a 1 month screaming fit of Rona. Okay, I'll buy that. New variant. Cool. Sounds good to me. Point being, people out there that's being forced. And there's other people that, you know. So, the point is, my friends, you got to ask yourself, are you going to prep or are you not going to prep? I mean, I had an interesting thought today, okay? Let me tell you an interesting question. One of my moderators, Mother Fanny, the one who bought me the coffee pot for Christmas, she passed away if you guys didn't know. Chris probably didn't know that. Moderator Fanny passed away. She has her own channel. She's a prepper. Someone asked me today, do you think it could have been cancer or the Rona? I don't know. Both options are on the table. No one knows. That's the thing. The same people that get whatever. There's all these theories. What the shot does. I'm not going to theorize. I don't have any answers. You know, some say, oh, don't take it because it mutates your genes. Chris was talking about that 3 years ago. Oh, it'll mutate your genes and your DNA will be altered. Huh? And then you have the other people saying, well, if you don't take it, you'll get sick. I've had every variant, okay? And then you have the other side of the coin saying, well, you know, it causes strokes and lung disease and cancers, and I've heard it all, okay? I can't confirm or deny any of it, so I'm not going to even go there with this. We're not talking about that. What I'm here to tell you is, are you prepped, ready to go? Are you ready to see Amazon turn around and limit your food supplies? Are you ready to go back into I know Chris sees doctors. Are you willing to see like Chris, for example? Or are you guys ready to walk into a hospital setting or a clinic and they say masks are required? Are you ready to basically sit there and see the numbers spike? I mean, personally, my opinion is it could be hypothetically possible. So basically, my point being is, usually, I mean, are you willing and ready to realize that, I mean, do you know how many times I was at the clinic? Okay, I was telling this to Zoe. How many times, and even Pee Wee knows this story. I mean, not the clinic, the hospital for, heart pain and everything else. And they kept pushing for their. I said, fuck no, I'll walk out the front door. The other day on my phone beeped, all right, let me check this. Charger phone, cool. So the other day, right, I was at the clinic and the lady told me 95% of the staff was contaminated with Rona. I looked at her and I said, what's the wait list? 4 to 6 hours. I said, fuck this. I even used the F-bomb. I'm out of here. She says, well, what do you want to do about the doctor's orders? When the doctor can tell me the damn fucking truth that the lab's going to take 4 to 6 hours. So then I was told that the technicians can't get me until the end of the month for a CAT scan for my tum-tum. Now, the doctor thinks nothing's going to happen because, frankly, it's, what it is. So, why am I saying this to you guys? Because I care. I care. And because of it, think about it. What would you do in my situation? Would you sit on your butt? Or would you fucking... I know Higgins, he just wore the mask and be like, I'm going to wait 6 hours. I mean, when the entire hospital, I'm the only one that's not wearing a fucking mask. Everyone's looking at me. And then I say, oh. And this lady's like, oh, yeah, masks are going to be required soon, she said. I said, I got to get the fuck out of here. Yeah. So, my point is are you prepared? I know Higgins, he's always, oh, we're going to wear masks. No. Yeah, whatever, okay? I don't wear masks. If I'm told to wear a mask, I stay home. That's the thing. When they're telling us all now on the island, we have to wear masks, I'll stay fucking home. I'm going to walk out and they tell me I have to wear a mask to walk the dog, take a shit. I'm going to tell the fucking officer to kiss my ass. They know not to mess with me. And the point being is I'm not going to basically bend over backwards either. I mean, think about it. I mean, literally, I got a couple things of hot sausages still. So, point being is, for all you preppers out there, are you prepped? I mean, literally, you better get your preps in order because they're going to basically start maybe, hypothetically, I give it a 50-50 chance of lockdowns. Lockdowns happen. I don't know what to tell you guys. I really don't know what to tell you guys. You see, the seriousness of this discussion is, are you ready to see prices skyrocket, scalping, and everyone trying to rush out to get the food online? And once they do those mandatory things, you're going to see a lot of crap happen. This is some serious stuff. Think about it. Mandated workers masking up again. What if the Walmart employees say, fuck this at the warehouse? What if the Target employee says, the hell with this? What if the Amazon employee says, hell with this? What if people start saying, we're not doing this? What about the DoorDash? I know someone who uses DoorDash, by the way. I mean, think about it. How much more does anyone need to think about? I mean, are you prepped? Are you ready to go? Or are you not prepped? I mean, there's a lot of people that don't think anything of it. I'll tell you the other side of the coin. We're talking about this in general. Some of these people don't give a shit. As long as they get a fucking handout of free extra food stamps again and fucking cash assistance and a stimulus check. I mean, not cash assistance, stimulus check. They don't give a shit. But they will when they're fucking $20,000 in the hole and they get 3 stimulus checks or 4 stimulus checks and that's it. You know. And I was telling a friend of mine today, outside, a close friend, look at the numbers. The reason they would love to have this thing spread is, hypothetically, my own personal opinion. It's no one else's, so I'm not misleading any of you or misinformationing any of you. Is my opinion is they want to kill off every person like the Chris's and the Pee-wees and the Higgins and the Ritas and anyone on the government tit. And yeah, I know Higgins is like, oh, I paid into it. They don't care if they paid into it. If they get you infected and you fall over because of too many sausages, they win. Point is, you have to prep for the best. I mean, think about it. This is why I'm sitting here still with every variant in me, and I'm going, look, the American people need to know that this is coming down the pipe. We better be prepared for it. Just like everything else in the world. But you better be prepped and ready to go, peeps. Love this trainer, by the way. I really do love this trainer. You see, my point is I'm not here to put fear tactics in you. I'm here to tell you the hypothetical theory that it could happen. And if people don't hear this, and they go on with their everyday life, and then we all get stuck in our houses again, and then that's not the big part of the picture. Remember what I said about the economy, right? Companies like the toilet paper company and paper towel company and the shampoo, conditioner, body wash, dishwash, soap, everything else, they make money. And then, on top of that, the other problem is as long as people, and I love Zoe dearly, I'm not basically belittling Zoe at all, but people spend Their hard-earned money. Zoe had to spend her hard-earned money. Come see me and to check out apartments and stuff. That is no secret anymore. But if they're doing this, and they're not putting it in the commodity market, and they're putting it into memories and travel. I mean, look at the airlines. 4th of July weekend. I don't even want to tell you how much Zoe paid for the plane ticket. I was there. I basically helped her set it up. It wasn't cheap. Now that summertime's over, tourist season's ending, prices are going down. And yet, at the same damn time, a lot of you people out there don't realize that as long as we're not paying for travel, bus fare, airfare, train fare, hotel fare, food and lodging, hospitality industry, you're going to see numbers go down. For example, you're going to see people, you know why a lot of people sit there, right? Let me tell you a story. A lot of people sit there and they say, what's an UMA? It's a phone service like Google Voice, but better. $7 a month, unlimited minutes, free voicemail. $9.99 if you want the big package. And yet, they want you to spend $50, $60, $70 for your flip phones or your data plans. And then they cap you. And then you got people like me who do YouTube videos for your guys' entertainment. You probably think I'm a tin hat conspiracist. You sit there, and some of you pay, like Chloe. She pays $14 a month, so she doesn't have any commercials. She paid $14 a month. She doesn't want commercials. Think about it. Google's making money off Chloe, so she can basically have Google Voice, Google whatever, Google extended storage space. She's paying Google. Mm-hmm. And yet, you look at the picture peeps, the actual real pictures here, you got to ask yourself the big question. Yeah. And that is, if these companies are losing money, they're going to come up with some concocted scheme, like hypothetically a 50-50. And I'm just saying, this is my own opinion. I'm not going to mislead you. It's just my own personal opinion. That companies like Netflix, Hulu, Disney Plus, Max, Showtime, Paramount, BritBox, Amazon Prime, all these people, they're cutting out their streaming services and going on vacation. And this is what's pissing off these companies. They want you to get fat. They want you to basically sit in front of a TV. They want you to do different things. Think about it. Think about it from my perspective. They're losing money. When people start cutting out their corners and saying, okay, I don't need Netflix. I don't need Hulu. I don't need Prime. I don't need Paramount. I don't, I've cut out half of my streaming services. But you know what? That's because I can't watch everything at once. Mm-hmm. Unless I had TV streaming one thing and a TV streaming another and a third TV streaming something else. And I had a big room with nothing but TV stacked up. I can watch everything. Then I would have a problem understanding everything because every TV's got something else. And you see, the problem is a lot of these people, they're not thinking. And then the other people, the other side of the coin, then they go, well, if we get into another 50-50 lockdown, we'll just get another stimulus check at 3 or 4. Government will take care of us. Extra food stamps, Medicaid again. Mm-hmm. That's if. And more likely, hypothetically, and this is just a political opinion, I'm not saying it's true or false because I don't have the answers, but it could be the blue states will give, red states won't. No one knows, you see? So I'm saying it's take my word with a grain of salt. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And that's only because, frankly, my video is important to me, but at the same time, I want you guys to realize, as a prepper, this is why we are prepping. Mm-hmm. We are prepping for this particular reason. We're not prepping just because natural disasters. Natural disasters is a backup, but we're prepping for everyday things. I mean, think about it. Maui gets burned down. Forest fires throughout the country. Hold on a sec. You see, these people want to make money. And the only way they're going to do it is if they basically find a way to control the people. Small businesses will fail again if this happens. But guess what? You'll be fine. You're going to have 12 months of streaming service, whatever one you want. You can just sit there and glue yourself to the front of the TV again, getting food stamps, eating your bonbons and popcorn. And think about it. The American people need to realize that these are theories that I have coming down my mind today. I mean, think about it. I mean, this is big news. I mean, if it's true, I want you guys to prep for it. I mean, think about it. A lot of people have emailed me saying, hey, I'm having a lack of video problem. Tildor comments about that from time to time. Yeah, I know. Because there's nothing, what as a prepper, I go and I look at other prepping channels just to see what's going on. I don't talk about the other preppers' content because, frankly, I find it to be utterly crap. I come here today to tell you on a Saturday, get your ass move your ass boots and get your prepping done. Mama Pee-wee's prepped. I'm prepped. Higgins is prepped. Zoe's prepped. What happens if this happens again? I don't know where Chris stands at prepping, though. But you see where I'm going with this, my friends? My point being is, as a prepper, you don't just sit there and stockpile canned goods. You buy what you know you can eat. You buy what you know you can afford, and you stockpile. Just in case. But then again, a lot of people email me and say, oh, well, if there's a fire, you can't get your preps out in time. That's true. But what if there is no fire? What if you don't have a fire? What if you have a snowstorm? Power's out. Are you prepped then? Think about it. What if a hurricane happens, okay? They're saying Hurricane Hillary is going to hit California. Rare event, I guess, for hurricanes. But it can happen. Hey, Kane, what's up, brother? So what happens? You prep for hurricane. Volcanoes. Oh, volcano will never happen. Then one day you get called Mount St. Helens or Mount Baker, Mount Rainier blew. Or Mount Bighorn exploded. Bighorn's a big one over in the Rockies. Are you prepped just in case? Oh, well, they say it might not blow for another 500,000 years. Maybe. But are you going to take that chance? A lot of these people, they're weekend preppers. They prep a few days and then they let it go. Nothing happens. They give up. Me, I'm always doing things, journaling, putting stuff in the diary, putting stuff in the planners, prepping, and prepping. I'm not just sitting here, I am actually prepping like crazy. Are you ready to go? I mean, I can name all the natural disasters if you wish. Are you, prepped, ready to go? You see. So let me just look at this, right? Home fire safety, hurricane, wildfire, earthquakes. We have earthquakes here. Winter storms. See, I was talking about winter storms and prep for that. Flood safety, prep for flood. You know, I mean, think about it. I mean, are you prepared for anything? I mean, are you literally prepped? Are you prepped for earthquakes, hurricanes, wind, water, any of that? I mean, I started prepping when they gave us a prepping book a long time ago, you know. Think about it. Think about it. Any natural disaster. I know Chris has hurricanes in his areas, possibly earthquakes and winter storms. I mean, are you guys prepped for those? Or did you just basically prep just in case of nuclear disaster? I mean, we got to prep for that too, nuclear disasters too. But thing is, if you're not willing to prep, then there's a problem in this country. Let me tell you as a bad scenario here. What if a nuclear strike happened? Who's the most important people in the world? Not Chris, not Kane, not Pee Wee, not myself, not Higgins, not Zoe. Politicians. They get a nice bunker with food, water, clothing, everything. What do you get? You get to turn green, fall over, dead, most likely. You see? Point being is, you guys got to prep for everything. The government wants you to prep for any and all emergency disasters. Here we go. Wildfires. Wildfires can be started from cigarettes or dry thunder or thunderstorms. Flooding, hurricanes, extreme heat, hurricanes. Yeah. Why? Because that's just the tip of the iceberg. I mean, think about it. Nuclear. By the way, I think the FEMA removed their nuclear preparedness thing. Yes. Yeah. 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 Think about it. I mean, all these people don't realize, you know. I mean, I've been teaching you for years how to prep. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Radiation emergency. Stay away from windows if you can. Stay in a basement. Yeah. Remember what I said. If you know your water source is safe, you can put a tarp in your bathtub with um, water purification tablets. Think about it. That's a prepper's way. Yeah, well, everyone says that one, but you know, a lot of people want to be on an island, Chris, because most of the like island chain, like here, the Ryukyu chain or San Juan Island chain or the Aleutian chain, Radiation will absorb most of the islands. So where the people are, they're mostly 99% safe. Fortunately, as Pee Wee said, there would be no power to cook. Well, that's why if you know that the radiation level is low or no radiation around you, you can open your window, crack it open, fire up a camp stove, and make dinner. This is why I said that a lot of people don't realize as a prepper, and I tried this during a power outage, you can open a can of soup and eat the soup as long as it's chicken soup cold. It doesn't matter. You eat the soup, you're fine. You see, a lot of preppers don't think about that. A lot of preppers think of other things, But we're not talking about nukes in general. We're talking about what ifs. What if people go back to school and the Rona spikes and then we have masks everywhere? Oh, okay, we won't wear masks. What if they do a lockdown? Then what? And then you find out Walmart's only the employees are all at home, or Target, or Myers, or Fred Myers, or Kroger, or Big Giant Eagle, or whatever. And then you hear Amazon's really short on staff because, no, I got all the ingredients for chili. I have to make it. That's part of my list. I also got to make baked beans. I get molasses too. My stomach's not been doing too well lately, so I've been living on mac and cheese, Kane, but still, good to see you. Ugh. So when I eat something that's got gluten in it, I usually drink a ton of water to prep so I don't have the pain. Good for prepping. Yes, I have a lot of dry beans. That's the thing. Dry chili beans, dry baked beans. You can make it simple. Yeah. Another thing people are worried about is, and I'm not worried about nuclear disaster right now. We only worry if someone's really thinking about rattling the cage, okay? So my thing is my point is are you guys going to sit around and hope like hell Amazon will deliver your food, or are you going to prep? Because every time I come on here about prepping, you guys just sit there and be like, oh, well, the government will take care of us. Not in a nuclear disaster. They're all in a bunker hoping we all die so they can repopulate the planet with their own cronies. However, when it comes to us prepping for this, we have to prep. What happens if you don't prep? And then one day you don't have any toilet paper because you didn't prep. You got 4 months, maybe less. And if something does happen, you're prepared. Anyways, Kane's here, so I better see what he's in. Kane, that's not the point. Let me brief you on what's going on since you missed most of the show. Okay, Kane. Intel came out. All right, I want Kane's opinion on this too. By the way, Chris, he's giving his own opinion, but it's fine. Comments are fine. The intel is by mid-September to the end of September, all airports, TSA agents, and people like you, Kane, flying, will be masked up. By mid-October to end of October, all flight attendants and all stewardess masked up. By December, full complete lockdowns again, hypothetically, 50-50. That's what we're talking about. Are you prepped and ready to go for another round of lockdowns, Kane? Think about it. Think about it. Are you truly prepped in case? That's the question. Think about it. I gotta make sure these things are all prepped, ready to go. Think about it. Are you truly prepped? Because I am. I don't know about you guys, but my point is, if you're not prepped, you're going down the way of the dodo bird. Because the government's not going to help much. Oh, I forgot to mention to Kane. That, love this trainer, by the way. Hold on a sec. That if you are poked, apparently, hypothetically, 50-50, this is, again, I don't have concrete evidence on this, that you will be not allowed to go to a grocery store. Yes, well, it is out there. They're calling it mandatory lockdowns again. Now, if you need to know, I will be right back. Now, let me just say I cannot confirm or deny any of the information, but this came from InfoWars and Alex Jones. For some of you tuning in, this is scary stuff. InfoWars. InfoWars was saying this was going to come down the pipe soon. I can't confirm or deny it, but if it's true, I want you guys to be prepped and ready to go. And this is something that could be coming down the pipe. Think about it. If it's true, we need to prep now. See? Easy peasy Japanesey. There you go, peeps. So, InfoWars, yesterday's episode, I will get you the link so you guys can look at it yourself. Because as I told Zoe sent it to me right here. And this came in today. I'll get you the other one. But this one came in today. Right here. The lockdowns are coming back. Full restrictions mid-September. This is the other one. I haven't seen the other video or anything, but let's see. Take a look, guys. There's the truth. It's in the pudding. So think about it. I watched the second link had videos. I watched it twice. The other one I haven't seen, so I want to see what the other one is. This one. Let me see this. It says, supposedly, allegedly, I can't confirm or deny this because, enforce new lockdowns, restrictions that fall of yada, 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 yeah. Yeah. So, there's 3 videos. You might want to watch it. This is some scary stuff, peeps. Now, as I told Zoe, we can't take this, but possibly as a 50-50 because we don't know. I mean, we have no clue what's going on in the world. So you guys might want to read that, comment to me in the live section because frankly, this is scary. I mean, if it's completely true and no one's letting it out of the back, we got more of a problem than what we know what to do with. Think about it. I mean, this is not just about prepping for food stuff. This is prepping for more. This is worse than worst. Think about it, people. Well, I plan to live as long as possible, Chris. So technically, I'm not worried about that. I'm just wanting to live one day at a time, okay, with my stomach problems. I wanted to share that with you all. That this is some scary stuff. And as a prepper, I want to ask you all who's joined me tonight here on this live feed. Are you guys prepped? Are you ready to go in case this happens? You see, this is a serious issue here. Yeah. Yeah, well, Ken, you may love Alex Jones. I find most of his stuff to be so, but I'm not going to rule this out. That's the problem. Even Sister Pee-wee knows I don't like the man, but if he's telling the truth, it's something we need to explore possibilities, Because what if we don't explore the possibilities? Then what happens? Look at this. This pot's been with me for 30 years. I still use it almost every day for something. Why? Because that's what I do. But yeah, think about it. The truth is here. I mean, why isn't the U.S. government saying anything? Think about it. Yeah, hi, Zoe. Zoe's the one that brought this to my attention. Think about it. And because of it, you preppers need to get your preps in order. I mean, look, if hypothetically, okay, still too early in the game, but if Zoe ends up out here, Zoe can rely on me to get her through for what she needs for prepping. That's a fact. You guys need to come to terms that this could come down the pipe. I mean, I was telling Zoe today what happens on this island. The renters, the supposed uh, rental places while the owners leave to go back to the mainland. The owners throw them out. They move in because they're afraid of whatever. So they move in and they kick the people out. So the bottom line is you got to basically realize, as a prepper, are you prepared? I mean, look, prepping is not just about saving money. It's about basically being prepared. I mean, out here we have tsunamis, earthquakes, fires, snowstorms. We're not worried about those. Are we worried about nuclear? Maybe 2%. Are we worried about what happens if we get another thing? I mean, look, I was telling Zoe today, actually, it was yesterday. No, it was 2 days ago. I was walking past San Juan Post. They went out of business, not enough employees. They literally went out of business. Think about it. They're out of business. Not many people are literally prepping. They think the government is going to bail them out. I plan to live. So 2030, if Chris is kicked the bucket, that's a different story. Yeah. Now let me just share with you again, since Zoe tuned in. You see, pandemic. There's a lot of people out there in the world. You see, if so many people, remember what I said about the beautiful Zoe? She spent like $5,000, $3,000. Sorry, not $3,000, $5,000 to come see me to look for apartments. The people in the world who's angry is the people who don't want Zoe to spend that kind of money. They want them to invest it in toilet paper, paper towels, dish soaps, shampoo, conditioner, body wash, monetary stuff that they can use up and dispose in the trash cans. Fortunately, most people wanted to have a thing where they are making memories, like Zoe was making memories, right? Now think about it. If there is a lockdown, hypothetically 50-50, the people would turn around and guess what? I never even explained this to Zoe or Kane. I did try to explain it to Chris. It just, I think, went over Chris' head. That the companies out there are losing money. Netflix, Hulu, Paramount, Prime, Showtime, Max, Disney, Discovery, BritBox. Streaming services are losing money. So if there's this giant lockdown, they're happy as hell because they can get people to sit down, park their ass, and spend time watching TV over and over and over. Just think about it. Think about it. I want you guys to truly think about it. What are they doing? They got plans, extended food stamps, extended Medicaid Fine by people like Brother Higgins. Oh, extra food stamps. Yeah. But you got to eat down your preps already you have. So focus on that. Extended Medicaid for most people. Oh, not to mention stimulus checks. Now, as I told Zoe, I don't mind sitting at home, running on my treadmill, collecting a stimulus check. Yeah, doesn't matter to me. I'm stuck here. So I don't think Chris would mind 2 or 3 or 4 stimulus checks. I don't think Kane would mind 3 or 4 stimulus checks. I don't even think Zoe would care for 3 or 4 stimulus checks. Yeah. Maybe grandkids and great grandkids and great grandnephews and nieces have to pay for it, but guess what? Some people like us. Think about it. Look, they're trying to force the entire world, Pee Wee knows this already, to make this a communist world. Think about it. You'll have nothing and be happy. Think about it. They're basically putting mom and pop businesses out. Zoe's been to this island. Zoe knows that everything thrives on tourism. Take away the tourism, take away the mom and pop shops. What do you get? The non-tourists that run the businesses will literally, I've been curious about something, so I need to check my preps real quick. Somewhere in this box, I got a regular box of cheddar in here, I think. So apparently I bought a loose box of cheddar, but I don't see it in here. How odd. So apparently they charged me for a box of mac and cheese I do not have. I had sharp cheddar and munched on, but I didn't have a regular box of cheddar. How odd. Amazon said they sent me a single box too, but I don't see it. Unless it's here. Let me see. How many boxes do I have of this? This white cheddar. Original. Yeah. Yes. Okay, I guess I'll do that then. Sampling mac and cheese is to make my tum-tum better. Drinking it with plenty of water. No, wait. Nope, that's a regular box mac and cheese. Oh well. I'll find it later, I guess. Anyways, my point being is, for all you preppers out there, you have to ask yourself, are you prepped? No, Cracker Barrel is sold out on Amazon, and Target wants $5 a box. So I went with Kraft. Kraft makes Cracker Barrel, but Kraft charges more money for Cracker Barrel. So with me, I was looking for, apparently, my mac and cheese delivery never came in for the one box, so I don't know what happened to it. Oh well. So I'll just make do with what I have here. So, anyways, I'll make this while we talk. There we go. So the bottom line is, for you preppers out there, you guys got to ask yourself, are you prepped and ready to go? I mean, think about it. Zoe brought this to my attention. I mean, look what she says. Great trip. At least I got one vacation if there's another lockdown. Yeah, exactly. You know, and that's the thing. A lot of people took their money and put it into vacations. I'm not saying Zoe did the wrong thing. I'm saying that the companies out there, seeing people pay thousands of dollars for a trip, thousands of dollars for trips, can't realize that these companies are angry. They're losing money. And so the only way they can gain traction is if they get another lockdown, in my opinion, so they can basically make up the money that they're losing from vacations. If every person got $2,000 stimulus or $3,600 or $4,000, think of what had happened. They'd put it into material possessions. Yeah. Think about it. A lot of you preppers don't think about it. You just sit there and say, oh, well, you know, it is what it is. Yes, it is what it is. Fortunately, the American people need it. I mean, I'm going to check Amazon for a second on my orders. Because it says I had, let me see here, orders. As a prepper, I have a lot of orders, by the way. Here we go. So it says white cheddar, deluxe cheddar, Kraft Deluxe. Okay, here we go. Cheddar right there. It says this here didn't come. Missing one box, apparently. Yeah, so it says original cheddar and original cheddar, but I only have 3 boxes instead of 4. So there's a missing box, you know. But my point is there's 1 box here, 2 boxes here. And let me look again, because they claim it was delivered, but I don't see it anywhere. Nope, went missing, I guess. Oh well, it's life. Sometimes Amazon does that. They try to shaft you, and then when you do realize you're down one, you're like, yeah. My point is you guys need to prep like your life depends on it, you know. There are too many disaster, mass shootings, COVID, climate disasters that we've been overloading. Exactly. I mean, think about it. Think of what's going on with the coronavirus. Okay, preppers. Zoe's a sweet lady. She was explaining to me that Michigan Avenue is the high area for crime, but it's also the high area for like stores that sell goods and services. Fortunately, no one's telling people why the stores in Michigan Avenue shut down. For example, is it Rona or is it crime or is it both? You see, you got to think about that. So, how many peeps are boozing tonight? Booze, 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 I will be packing. Yeah, it's always packing, cleaning, doing everything she can, you know, getting prepared. The thing is I'm working with Zoe too, but also this video, like I said, is very important to me due to the fact that um, we have a problem, and that problem is you guys are being lax on prepping, and Mama Bear is not happy because, frankly, I'm the one prepping. I keep prep. I keep prep. I'm always prepping. I got radios set up. I got walkie talkies coming in. I got some stuff to do. But what if, hey, let me put it this way. Exactly, Kane. All the malls are closing. You hear about the crime in LA? Apparently, a mall basically was robbed of $300,000 in goods. I mean, think about it. $300,000 in goods. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, think about it from my perspective. Let's talk about prepping in case this lockdown happens. That's where we're going with this. What are you guys gonna prep? What are you gonna buy? Hmm? Are you gonna buy your usual stuff? I mean, think about it. Grocery stores could basically put a sign up there, and Kane walks in and says, "One roll of toilet paper for the month." Are we going into the prison systems? Think about it. I mean, when I literally went into the grocery stores a few times with Zoe, not Zoe, with Chloe, there was a limit 112 pack or 124 pack TP per month. Paper towels, limit 1 6 pack. Are you willing to see Amazon limit your abilities? I mean, look, they're also, if the pandemic spikes again, they're going to do the same crap they did. Essentials get packed first. Everything else gets delayed 2 or 3 months. So let's just say Kane wants new video game or a DVD. By the way, I got my new DVDs. $5. Dog's Journey and A Dog's Purpose. Dog's Purpose comes first, then A Dog's Journey. I love this movie. These movies are great. Rock Bottom closed. Yeah, Oregon closed Rock Bottom too. Think about it, Pete. One of my favorite places to get buffalo wings. Sold. Sold out. Gone. Bye bye. Yep. Why? Because it's either crime, Rona, or both. Yeah, see? Zoe basically is saying the truth there, peeps. She lives in Chicago. Zoe literally has said, quote unquote, they have shut down, gone, hasta bye bye. Rock bottom, closing down all over the country. Sooner or later, you're not going to see anyone running and manning the fast food joints like McDumpers, Booger King, Dairy Queef, Jack in the Crack, Toxic Smell. See, I'm trying to be funny here, but you get the idea. People will be at home, stuck in front, while Netflix and Hulu and Paramount and Showtime and HBO or Max or Disney all are cashing in on you because you're stuck at home. Or you could spend time and message me and say, hey, with the new lockdown, we can talk about stimulus checks and what's going forward to the future, as long as we don't talk about it in a political sense. Closed, canceled, closed. And yeah, I mean, think about it. The American people need to realize that we are in a precipice. I mean, as a prepper, this is why I'm here today. What are you going to do? How are you going to prep? Throw some comments out there. How are you going to prep if this comes down the pipe? If this literally comes down the pipe and Alex Jones is right, then what are you guys going to do? You sit on your butt and be like, oh, well, I'm just going to get the stimulus check and buy a new phone. Think of what's going to happen, okay? I want to tell you guys a story in a second, something that's important to me, all right? If this disaster hits us again, are you prepared to be told no groceries without being poked, possibly? Are you prepared to order everything on Amazon and wait 2 to 4 weeks? Are you prepared? I mean, let me put it this way, okay? I like poking Higgins a lot, okay? But if this pandemic happens again, and we're 50-50 in my opinion, and it happens, what happens to government agencies? They're at home, backlog. Zoe, let's just say Zoe needs to call the welfare office for a question. She might be up from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. waiting to get in touch with someone who's working at home. What if Higgins is trying to call about his Social Security claim? You know, he's in another appeal. It won't take 3 years. What if they sit there and they say, oh, sorry, Higgins, you got to wait till you're 80 because we don't want you to have money because we're basically letting them all work at home. And that means a lockdown, which means courts are locked down. I mean, by the way, did anyone ever realize that by 2025, the government wants you to have a state ID or a driver's license that will let you enhance driver's license, which means birth certificate, passport, whatever, which means you can go in. I mean, if you don't have a deal with the federal courts to go on Social Security, you ain't getting in 2025. Think about it. I mean, Social Security would be backlogged. Food stamps would be backlogged. People would be at home. They wouldn't want to get sick again. This new variant could kill them, so they're at home. Truckers would be on delay. Trains wouldn't be moving. You need to ride a bus or a train or plane. Oh, you need to have the clot shot, possibly, hypothetically. It's only my opinion. Take it for a grain of salt. Think about it. And what happens? Again, are you prepared as a prepper? I'm prepped. I'm ready to go. I'm basically saying, bring it on. The stimulus checks flow in. I'm not going to be worried. You know, never ever give government your fingerprint. I'm already on the government fingerprint watch list, anyways, dude, for concealed carry. So I ain't worried about it. What I'm worried about is the government. What is going to happen to this country? Are we going to lose another 20% of our private businesses? I mean, think about it. I mean, how much more can this country take? Think about it. Let me tell you what I would be doing right now if I were you as a prepper. I would prep just in case. I'd spend $120 buying UMA. I'll give you guys the link to it. $120. You turn around. You get 3 phones, the device, and $7 a month, give or take whatever your state tax is. And that's it. And then you get your UMA. Yep. And then I would basically prep and load up on some box sets and whatever else on DVDs, maybe a portable DVD player. And I would literally basically be prepped and ready to go. $119.99 right now, so it's not $120 even. But my point is you guys, I would have this ready to go. So, point is the American people need to realize I'm going to basically, you mean these? Yeah, I know. Because the government doesn't want the people to have a flip phone due to the fact, Mr. Tyler, because they want to track you. This might have a GPS, and if it had a data plan, the GPS would work, but this one doesn't have anything. This is just a plain Jane phone, see? Oh, yes, battery's at 14. I need to charge it. This? Yeah, see? Flip phones. Why? Because I believe in flip phones. You see? I keep these. Why do I not want a smartphone? Zoe knows this. Higgins knows this. I'm not being fucking tracked. Give me 1 second. You see, as a prepper, a lot of you guys buy the smartphones. I mean, I don't know how many stimulus check reviews or videos, updates I did on stimulus checks back in the day. And every one of them wanted it for a fucking new phone. I mean, come on, peeps. This ain't about buying phones. It's about buying prepping supplies. That's the truth is in the pudding. The truth's in the pudding, and a lot of people don't like the truth that's in the pudding. Why? Because the truth is there. Think about it. I mean, I use the flip phone because, well, $15 a month. This is connected to UMA. But you know what? Power goes out. I still got my handy dandy $20 phone that works. I don't need a $300-$400 phone to get email. Poke. Let me put it to you this way. Zoe's completely right. The smartphone is a luxury. I mean, think about it. $20, $15 a month. I don't know how many smartphones Brother Higgins had. I'm poking him again. Poke. Why? Because he needs a smartphone. Me? All I need is to make phone calls. Doctor's appointment, done. I go home, check my voicemail on my UMA, done. Higgins, you go back to the rotary phones because, frankly, everything, in my opinion, for Higgins is a luxury, okay? I'm living, I keep dropping this phone, for example. That's why my dad went and got me this, because he's not happy that he can't hear on my phone. Yeah. Of course, Chloe paid $80 for her phone. And again, her Galaxy S54, whatever it is a piece of junk. See? Plain and simple. But I'm poking Higgins again. Why? Because I can. But for the truth of the matter is everything's a luxury. I mean, look, as a prepper, I keep telling you guys to prep for what you need. And that means things that you might not think about needing. I mean, look, I prefer physical copies of stuff that I can hold, like my movies. Yes, well, the touch phones are, in my opinion, is where the pizza peaked, in my opinion, or technology peaked. So, let's talk about prepping again. You see, you guys got to think. That is, by the way, I want to tell you a tip. Make some really good mac and cheese, people. Something Zoe would eat. All you need, you ready for this? I know you are. You take 3 cups elbow macaroni and a jar of this, and you can make mac and cheese. This is Totitos. See? You got enough elbow macaroni to make your own mac and cheese. Just, yeah. It's already room temperature. Me, very good with what I'm doing here. Now I get to sample this flavor and see if I like it or if I want to stay with another flavor. But anyways, the point is I'm not going to go into politics, but this could be a political stunt again for lockdowns, but it's only hypothetical. I can't tell you yay or nay. You have to figure it out on your own. I'm not going to lead you astray. Just that little finger sample tells me the mac and cheese flavor is not going to be that tasty. Yeah, I'm picky when it comes to mac and cheese flavors. And there's another thing I want to talk about prepping. You see, as a prepper, here we go. You got to ask yourself, shrinkflation. I've noticed over the last 20 years, this mac and cheese has dropped in price. Literally dropped in price. You see, mac and cheese, here we go. I get to sample this new flavor. Tastes like pickles, in my opinion. Higgins would probably love this pickle flavored mac and cheese, but anyways. It's edible, let's just say. think the garlic one's better, but so the bottom line, people, sorry, I'm eating my dinner, is the bottom line is you got to prep, not just food, get some bottled water, but other items like just in case. You're going to want your comfort foods. I like mac and cheese, ramen. You know, you're going to want hamburger helper. You're going to want movies, video games, people are gamer, books. I mean, think about it. This could help the book industry while you're stuck at home. You're ordering books to read. I find books to be useful. Some could be do-it-yourselfers. Others could be technical. Some could be love, romance, anti-romance. Books about comedians. I mean, yeah, I mean, let me put it to you this way. Higgins says push-button phone is a luxury. Rotary phone. Yeah, well, you know what? Then go back to the rotary phone, Higgins. Because, frankly, there's a limit that people will go to. Does the rotary phones even work still? That'd be a question I'd have. Everything's a luxury. I mean, look, my family said it. If you can't afford eggs, it's a luxury. I mean, look, I don't want to break anyone's eggs here today, but I want to make a statement here, okay? All right? Let me tell you something. There's people in the world, in the United States, they get what they call the food stamps. Now, by the way, I paid on my card, not food stamps. I don't have food stamps. My food. Yeah. So the point I'm trying to make to you all is people have food stamps. Government's already feeding you. So why should you complain about luxury items? It's the people out there, like my family, who thinks when you're getting food stamps, you need to shut your chili hole because their taxpayers are paying for it. Plain and simple. Yeah. And yet, there's people out there that think they're fucking entitled to it. Give me a second. I'm going to fill my bowl up again. You see, there's people in the world who think they're entitled to everything. I was talking to my friend today about it. There's what we call the entitlement. The people in the entitlement generation that thinks that people, that they're owed the world. Unfortunately, people, let me just say, my family thinks that if we have a Republican government, they'll take away food stamps for everyone. They don't want food stamps for anyone. Everyone can work. Plain and simple. They want to take away Social Security. They want to take away SSI. They want to take away everything. I don't agree. That's the thing. But there's people out there, well, i.e. like Chloe, that thinks they're entitled now. And I said Chloe, not Zoe. I said Chloe. I'm not liking this one. I think I'll have to change it. But my point is my family thinks if you can't afford it, it's a luxury item. That's the point I'm trying to make. So when I asked for help once, 4 or 5 years ago for coffee was a luxury item. Milk's a luxury item. Dog food, luxury item. You see where I'm going with this, people? Some people think that everything is a fucking luxury item. Don't like oatmeal? Well, you don't have to buy oatmeal. What did Higgins say? I have to look at that. My point is if everything comes to a grinding halt again, I want you guys to be prepped. Because there's going to be too many people trying to get on the public dole. Social Security is going to be backlogged for who knows how long again. No offense, Big Brother Higgins. I'm saying it from his experience. Pandemic did a number on him. Waiting and everything else. Delays. I mean, I think his first denial was like 6 months. My first denial was 1.5 months. And that wasn't in a pandemic. You see, my point is we have to prep for the worst. I'm really not liking this. Anyways. No, 10 years old oatmeal. Oh my God. Now, at least Higgins understands that. Damn it, Higgins, you're eating 10-year-old oatmeal. Anyways, my point being, my friends, we have to prep just in case. That's what we're here for. A lot of people tune into my channel and they're like, oh, there goes the Fleet Admiral crabbing the coffee stuff in your face. Well, I'm hungry. It's almost, 2 hours into this show? To balance out mac and cheese, you got to have water, apparently. Otherwise, it does number on me. But you know what? Waste not, want not. So, I mean, there's people out there that think they're entitled for everything. The government, think about it. If there is more government-regulated lockdowns again, how many red states are going to listen and how many blue states are going to listen? How many red states and blue states and senators and Congress are going to sit around and argue about more stimulus checks? More government-issued phone service? Huh? Think about it. Government has their own reasons of doing things like giving people free smartphones. Even that, what was his name? Kyler? He was right. You know, the government wants you to be tracked. But that's just my opinion. I'm asking you again. Are you guys prepped and ready to go? Because I surely hell know I am. There we go. And I just gotta let that soak. Are you prepped for other alternatives? Think of it from my point of view. Hey, Walk, how you doing? You know, I'm about to feel like I'm going to barf if I have to hear Higgins' lifeline of his food. Because frankly, oh, anyways, preppers, I need to say, are you guys prepped, ready to roll? Because frankly, I don't think you guys are. I wish you guys were. Yeah. There you go. So, anyways, I got stuff to do tonight, peeps. I had my supper. Wasn't a filling dinner, though. I don't think Higgins is cool. I think Higgins is insane eating foods that are 10 plus years old. I mean, come on, dude. I would never submit to that. You got to rotate your food out from time to time. There you go. Anyone else have anything to say before I go? Because frankly, I need to get moving today. I got stuff I got to get done still tonight. But I may be back. Just depends on my mood. Like I said, I just got to walk Moppy again, and got an errand to make. So yeah. But anyways, we'll wait and see what this comes up with. So, anyhow, like I said, all is well. I'm happy. The mac and cheese wasn't to my liking, so I'm hoping to find some macaroni and cheese that is quite tasty, and sample others, because frankly, I'm not happy with what's out there. Yeah, there's only like 2 or 3 that I like, and you know, otherwise, I cannot recommend the deluxe cheddar flavored. Yeah. So, and I did want to tell you again that there is, I don't know how to tell you this, but shrinkflation. Everything's getting smaller and smaller. I mean, I remember mac and cheese boxes being 16 ounces. Then they went to 14 ounces. Then they went to 12 ounces. Now some of them are 10 ounces. How can someone live on 10 ounces of mac and cheese? I mean, literally, this is something, Yeah. I'm going to keep shrinkflating the foods. Yeah. So to me, that is something I wanted to share with you all. And you all know that a lot of this stuff is not available anymore, And then when you get something that someone likes, they're like, oh, then you get the scalpers out there trying to scalp the food. Like some people are like, oh, $11 for a box mac and cheese. Okay, nope, not me. For $11, I better be getting a whole case of it, not just one box. That's why you have to look at the big picture. So everything comes for a reason, So that's why I'm here to tell you, that you guys need to prepare for a lockdown, plain and simple. Otherwise, you're going to basically be stuck, rummaging and waiting for Amazon to ship things. And that's not saying Amazon's going to be delayed. They're going to limit what you can buy, how many you can buy things in a month. That's coming down the pipe too. And yet you guys think all of it's gravy. Excuse me. Oh, yeah. So, anyways, I'm going to tinkle soon again. But my point is I got a few tabs open for mac and cheese already, so I'm just checking to see. I wish they had Cracker Barrel, but it's like everything that's really tasty, they're sucking up, and then you're stuck buying stuff that you don't really want to buy, but you try it, and it's hit or miss, And then when you do find something, you're like, oh yeah, this is great. Nope, hit and miss. It also bases it on price, So that's the thing. Do what I can and go with the flow God created. Well, Hopper's water bowl's filled. He's sleeping right now. Hey, Bun. You guys need to know there's Hopper right there, see? His cage is pretty much clean after. Hi. Hi. Oh, it's a little Bun today, huh? You eating? Did you eat up your loggy or your toy or whatever in there? Nope, it's still in there. He's getting it down, and I give him another one for 4 months. Deluxe cheeseburger. Well, I don't care if you're a deluxe cheeseburger eater. You can't get deluxe cheeseburger online. That's the whole point. That's why I went with $2 Hamburger Helper. Hamburger Helper is fine. But again, we don't need to know, Yes, Hopper's alive. Give me a second. I need to use the can real quick. There we go. Put a message. All right, peeps, here we go. So, my plan is, yeah, so, yeah, well, I'm sorry to say that Cheeseburger Deluxe is not available for most people. That's the thing. We don't have it in this area of the woods, and Amazon sells out quicker. So I'm stuck with not having but Hamburger Helper. You're not going to be taking no, he doesn't ride trains. Hi. How you doing? Anyways, peeps, let me see this. Check my. Nope, not yet. I think she went to nap. So, anyways, let me see what's going on here. Yeah. Okay. Anywho, with that said, peeps, I need to get moving because, frankly, as you all know, I have a lot to do, things to do, and so forth. So, my opinion is, I'm giving you this video to get yourself in order for prepping. Like I said, you might want to get some music CDs, some books, some video games, your food, your food, DVDs, Blu-rays, music, movies, books, etc., and get prepped and hole up there. And so technically you need to basically realize that you better get everything in order for it. Yes. Sorry about this. All right. So, anywho, yeah. So, if you guys have anything else to say, let me know, because frankly, like I said, everything happens for a reason, and frankly, I am wanting to say, when you get your preps in order, you're gonna have to do food inventory, because once the stores start to whittle down, it's going to get harder and harder, and that means transportation is going to be slow. And then on top of that, you have Walmart, Amazon, Target, Fred Meyers, Oscabuca, Oscabaco, whatever it is, Chicago. All these stores are going to basically be really tight. Same goes with people that are working with other things, every store might run low, and then Amazon and everyone else is going to start putting restrictions in place or how much you can buy. So I want you guys to get prepped and ready to go. So, because that is what's going on. So you guys gotta all prep and get ready to roll. So just keep on prepping, people. I might be back tonight, might be back tomorrow, might be back Monday. Anyway, look at it. Once you get your affairs in order and think about it. I know I should be doing more videos. I will be maintaining and checking things out. So with that said, I might come back after I get some more intel and everything else. But I want you guys to keep on prepping, because, well, we're in a world of hurt. Thanks for watching, everyone. Please add and subscribe. Please post comments, leave feedback, suggestion. Hit the like, subscribe button. Hold some fun for the family. Including your dogs, your cats, your bunnies, service dogs, service bunnies. Bell notification, thumbs up button, subscribe button. Keep the comments nice, all we ask. Thank you, and God bless you in everything you do.